Hello?
I was blowing my nose. I didn't want everyone hearing me.
That's funny.
So, just a minute, I'm going to do it again. That came out of nowhere. So next week we will be doing only Wednesday. I'm not doing Thursday because I'll be in transit.
Okay.
Hi, Jessica. Good evening and welcome to Psychic Zone with Penelope and myself. So
Yes,
I don't
sent it
know.
out to a few people.
I don't know what I'm going to use tonight. So
Well,
I have Energy Oracle and I have the Crystal Power Tarot. I have no idea what I'm using.
so I am using the Macabre one D'Arcy gave me as a gift. I packed all my Stephen King novels. I'm feeling a little bit lost without them.
Well, hello, Jessica, Annalisa,
and Shar.
I'm not done yet. Jeannie and Brandon, since they're together always. And Patty and Shar and Faye. Hello, Faye, Brianne, and Shay Shay. So in that order, Jessica. Oh, door to value. This is about money. It looks like money raining from the sky for you, but the number 1 stands out too, which means new starts. Oh, I just saw the door opening. And so new start, new beginning could be looking at starting some form of a business, or you've got some money that you're putting away to save to do something later. Plus there's also a wedding. So you're going to be busy, Jessica. So, plan carefully, honey, because you don't want to miss anything.
No.
So Annalisa is next.
Annalisa, the haunting of the bones. This is about casting off your cloak of invisibility, quit hiding behind the illusion that you're not good enough, quit hiding behind the stories that you tell yourself, or even the reflection of what people want you to see in yourself. Go shine, go climb up on that horse of yours and chase after your goals. You have a lot of success coming your way if you're willing to shed that cloak of invisibility and move forward.
All right. So as you can tell, I'm not broadcasting from home. I am at my friend's house and working on the estate. But anyways, so quality of the picture might not be as good. It's amazing what happens when you have cameras at you. Not just cameras, the right camera, but lights. So Jeannie and Brandon, I have the 2 cards for you. Temperance, the patience, and the 8 of Cups. And this is have patience with your emotions. Emotions can rule us. They can drive us crazy. And the thing is, I believe you've had a baby, so you still have to get through that period of newborn and everything. So having the patience of knowing that, don't drop the baby in the bathwater sort of idea. And just patience with yourself and allowing things to transpire as they're meant to be. But the emotional aspect, the 8 of Cups, tells me that the 2 of you are meant to be together. And as long as emotionally you can connect with each other, there isn't anything that you 2 can't accomplish. But it's the belief that you can do it that is the important part. So be kind, be patient, and don't forget to love each other. All right, so Patty is next.
Okay. Again, this is my Macabre Tarot deck that D'Arcy gave me as a gift. Massacre of Bones. What this talks about is the Massacre of Bones says, it's true, hun, lots and lots of people come to you and they sort of tell you what their intentions are and where they want to go, and you give them bits and pieces of advice, and 95% of it, I would tell you, is really good advice. Now's the time for you to stop, put the brakes on that gently, because this is the time for you to go out. This is the quarter moon is coming up, and the quarter moon is about checking in on your intentions. So I follow the moon a lot, and then the dark moon, which is just before you see the new moon, because they're just like a few days apart. That's about setting your intentions. The first quarter of the moon is about, okay, are my intentions true? Is the path that I want to go on the one I'm choosing for myself, or because I think everyone else says I should be, oh, I don't know. Everyone said, oh, you know what? You'd make a really good nurse. Maybe you don't want to be a nurse. Maybe you want to be a nuclear scientist. Maybe you want to be a doctor, a lawyer. This is a time for you to to check at the intentions you've sort of set, and make sure that you are heading towards acquiring all the things you need to set your goals and meet them. Your turn now to shine. As dark and as brooding as those cards are.
Hi, Shar. Sure. First of all, I am hearing the song, I am the emperor, I am the flame, I am something. I can hear the song in my head. So I've got music going, but it's like a triumphant song for you. It's something where you're coming through. I think it's from the Chariot. What's that show, The Chariot? We are the champions of the world. That is the song I'm hearing in my head. Anyways, for you, you have the Magician. And as we all know, the Magician in most cards is about having all that paraphernalia that you need to accomplish. But in this particular case, a magician is talking about how you are the person who can turn metal into water, water into stone, and that you have this amazing spiritual power that maybe you're not pulling on as much as you should. And basically, because I still hear the song, We Are the Champions, I really believe that they're trying to lift you up and make you realize that there's nothing you can't do, because you have the ability inside of yourself, the knowledge, the spiritual growth, all of it, to accomplish incredible results inside of your life. So I'm going to say move forward and put it to truth. Okay, our cousin Faye, I'm going to say thank you. Faye came and stayed with me for 2 days. It was great. We caught up. We realized it's been a very long time since we actually set eyes on each other.
I have no doubt. Hello, Faye. Faye, honest to God, I pulled this card not knowing it was you. Thought I'd pull it ahead because I need to tell, to get the feel of this. 3 of Daggers. This says, come on, girl, like, there's been a lot of hurt and a lot of pain, and you just went through a major loss, and it's okay to start letting go. There are people who are going to say, no, you have to hold on to that a little bit tighter, a little bit longer, but it's okay to let go. It's okay to have that joy, to have that magic. You've done your grieving part, so embrace happiness, embrace excitement, and get into a little bit of mischief in the next little while. A little bit of mischief, not a lot. I don't have the money to bail you out anymore.
Okay. Hi, Shay Shay. And does that white bird mean what I think it means? The white bird. I'm going to say yes. If you're talking about a message from someone, I would definitely say yes, because I pulled the 6 of Cups for you, and it says, remember and treasure past happiness. So I would say yes, Shay Shay, the white bird means exactly what you think it is. And also, depending if it was a dove, a white dove is about love, forgiveness, joy. It's offer of peace. And so I would trust your own instincts because we're all born intuitive. It's whether or not we choose to listen to it. So pay attention to the messages being delivered. Okay, Aaliyah.
Aaliyah. I have a song bumping in my head, but instead, Aaliyah, I always look at the 10 of daggers. They're kind of like the 10 of swords to me, same difference. Okay, you've had a lot of crap thrown at you in the last year. Hey, you've had a lot of crap thrown at you in the last year. And I always see the 10 of daggers as you can get out of jail now. You can, take whatever punishment you felt you needed and shake it off your shoulders. Take that pain out of your heart, your soul. Rest up a little bit. It's a new beginning, a new cycle. You get to decide where you're going. And you know something? Be damned about the people that want to hold you back and crush you down. It's that sort of I am woman, hear me roar sort of thing from a long time ago. And it's an expression I believe should come back. You're proud, you're confident. You've had enough. It's a new cycle.
All right. Hi, Angela. Angela, you have Conan the Barbarian. On the card, it says hostilities. And look, not bad looking. But he's got his sword up as though he's getting ready to defend his family, his honor, his word, everything. And I'm going to say, okay, you don't really have to fight to defend. You can use words correctly. Not like me, where I'll do the British salute to people, but you could use words that will defend you just as well as if you pulled a sword. But it also makes me feel like you're trailblazing, that you're making some sort of decision that's going to take you in a different way than anticipated. And I'm going to say, please, again, trust your instincts. It is really important that you do so. Okay. Hilda says, good evening, ladies. I'm wondering about my position at work and if things will change for the better for me. I appreciate both so very much. So if you want to answer that for her.
Hilda, for you, the card called the rigid. There's two things about this. Okay. So it's really, really good to set our boundaries. There's nothing wrong with us having boundaries. Boundaries and expectations. Things we expect from employment, things we expect from life. The rigid says, set your boundaries, but bear in mind that you can't always, and I'm not saying you are, the card is saying that the person who receives this card must remember they cannot always be the person who says, especially employment, these are my boundaries, these are my rules. There's a friend of mine once said, when you're renewing your contract, I was just talking to D'Arcy about this. So you want to renew your contract. We'll be real quick. And this person was a senior systems analyst. So they like their fancy hotshot laptops and they're expensive. So he had a contract that lasted 3 years at a shot. At the end of the third year, he had the option to buy his laptop at half the value that it was appraised at as part of his contract. Another friend of mine wanted 6 weeks holidays, and another friend wanted unlimited sick days with rules in place, boundaries in place. So that's what I'm saying. Your job can get better, but you have to remember that even though it may seem like they're being rigid, they too have boundaries and requirements. So find a middle ground, set your intentions out. It's all about intentions this next few days to a week. Write down your intentions, what you want realistically, what you want that's out of the world, and sit down and speak calmly and clearly and say, let's see if we can reach a middle ground. And that's how you can find better work environment. And that's what the card says. Set your boundaries, but a little bit of leeway here.
Okay. Jessica says thank you, and so does Annalisa, and she said it makes sense. So Angela has asked if we could read for Ted. So Ted, embrace your joyful opportunities, because when they're here and then they're gone, you're going to go, oh, why didn't I recognize it? Why didn't I enjoy it? So embrace them. But the other thing is the Three of Cups tells me that emotionally you can be a little balanced, but sometimes you also can be a little pig-headed. So there may be a need for you to compromise a little bit on what you're saying or what you're not agreeing to, and maybe stretch your boundaries a little bit. Okay, and don't forget to tell the lady on your arm that you appreciate her and everything. Happy life, happy wife. So, okay. So next is Sandra Murray. Hi, Sandra.
Hey, Sandra. Nice to see you. Sandra, for you, the ethereal. This is a really cool card. It's hard to tell when it looks so dark, but what this card is talking about is creativity. This ethereal, it's like grabbing for something you can't see, but you know that you can have it if you can figure out how to grab it, right? The ethereal also talks about things like rebirth of new ideas, tapping into your creativity. And ironically enough, the possibility, I'm being told, of a grandchild or a niece or nephew coming into the world. And that should be within the next 3 to 6 months that you'll be hearing about that. So tap into your creativity. Look beyond what you think you see, and new beginnings.
Okay. And Heather, no, I didn't forget you. I just didn't see you right away. So Heather, I pulled for you happy family. Look at that. And this is celebration, and this is going on a holiday, just sitting down, relaxing. It even could be a marriage, because I hear wedding bells. So it could be that you're going to a wedding, taking family or anniversary or birthday of some sort. And you could also be, oh, wait, you live by the seaside. You could be going to the seaside, and you could just be enjoying the moment. And that seems to be the important thing, is to enjoy the moment. All right. Okay, Cheyenne is next.
Cheyenne, honey, the nine of daggers. And the 9 of daggers, if you see the little tear underneath the eye, so the 9 of daggers is saying those fears you have, we all have those fears, especially when we're starting out on a new leg of the journey of our lives, right? So we have these fears that seem huge. Things like the first time you graduate from high school, and now there's this whole world in front of you. And are you going to be smart enough for university? Are you going to be capable enough for this? First time you get your driver's license and you drive your car unsupervised, don't ask. But those fears come, and it's like, these fears are not necessarily put in place to immobilize you or to freeze you in one spot. A lot of these fears are fears that they're very real to you, but the reality is they're just paper thin, honey. We all make that next step, and this card is saying, let go of your fears. Be bold, be brave, be beautiful.
Yep.
And fly.
Okay. So Mr. Khan has asked for his wife and himself. And since they listed their property yesterday, how does that look? And then for him, it's back to his question about his job, anything on the horizon. He explains that he asks the same questions over and over because this is the biggest thing going on in their lives. And I do agree, it is. So I pulled 2 cards. So it could take a month, possibly, for the place to sell. And I don't know, are you talking Alberta? Or are you talking BC that you listed? That might clear it up a little bit. And
BC, Alberta.
I also know Alberta. So I'm going to say it depends on which one you listed first. So I'm going to ask you to write down below which one you're talking about that you listed. And for you, looking back on your job. So first of all, I'm going to do it the 2 ways I pulled it. The one of Goddess of the Moon. So you visualize what you want, and that's why I said it could take a month for it to sell, because the energy of getting it moving and having it showing and everything. So there is a good possibility about a month. Okay, give or take a little on that.
Oh, D'Arcy, it's BC.
Okay, then probably not even a month. Okay, so I feel like that one is like I could pluck it out of the sky, and you literally should see something really soon. Okay, the next, and that could be 9 days, 9 weeks, 9 September. Okay, that's a little bit more than a month, but the 9 plays in here. So the number 9, and the 9 is about ending stuff. So to me, what you did was the right thing, and you're moving forward. The next part of your question is trust in the flow of life. Look, it says it right there. Trust in the flow of life. I know that the job is so important to you, and I want it to just like the third one, I want to pluck out and say, here you go. This is the job you're going to get. But I feel that the more you hyper focus on it, the more you're pushing it away. So I need you to step back a little and stop worrying about the job and worry about getting there. Okay. Because I think once you start putting everything into motion, and you're selling, you've packed things. And I think the more you move towards that goal, then you're going to get it. But the more you sit and hyperventilate, Mr. Khan, over the job, you're pushing it away. Okay. And I keep hearing it's the third one. So they keep going the third one. So, and I know you're sitting there right now going, which is the third one? Okay. So I'm just going to say they said the third one. That's the best I can do. I'm really sorry, but that is the best I can do. Okay. Tammy and Mr. Khan, send me the address of the place and text it to me in BC, and I'll do my little magic on my end for you too.
I really do feel that D'Arcy's right. And once you start just focusing on getting there, everything else is going to fall into place.
Okay, so Tammy is next.
Tammy, temperance. See how the cups are balanced? This is about putting some balance in your life. All things in keeping with the universe. Temperance is about patience. Patience is one of those things, as our Granny Goodwitch used to say, seldom possessed by woman, but never by man. Which is probably a biased statement, but it means that patience is something we all lack because we want the answers yesterday. And we're all bad for it. I mean, and it manifests itself in different ways. I'm waiting for a house inspection and funding approval, and I have 55 boxes packed in my apartment, and I don't know where I'm moving just yet because I lack the patience to wait to move. Mm-hmm. It's not the discipline of getting ahead. It's actually that I'm short on patience. So this card is saying something like that. Be patient. Breathe. You know what? That's also a message for your other friend.
Yep.
Patience, patience, patience.
Hi, Ashley, honey. Ashley's on the island and I'm over here. So Shar says thank you. Shay Shay says thank you. And Leah says thank you. And Ted and Angela say thank you. And then we have Amanda. And I believe we have someone new. And her name is Alison. Alison?
Did we ever catch up with Brian Smith, Burn Smith?
I haven't gotten, we've done Brian.
Okay.
Yes,
I wasn't sure.
We did Brienne. She, just a minute.
Oh, Brienne. Yeah. That's it, Brienne.
We did do Brienne. She missed her card. Okay, so next is Amanda. Hi, Amanda. How are you? Let's see what we have. Bask in the sun and the joy of life around you.
Oh, that sounds
Read
good.
a book. Put your feet in the water and connect yourself to universe. And most importantly, take your time to enjoy the moments that surround you, because they are what are leading you into the future that you are looking for. So you're headed down, not the rabbit hole, but at least you're headed down in a direction that you've got control. You're the person in the driver's seat. You've got the wheel. Don't let go. Okay. You know how that song, Carrie Underwood, Jesus take the wheel? No, 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 no. You've got the wheel. Okay. Okay. So Allison, spelled really different, beautiful way it's spelled. So hello and welcome, and she's all yours.
Allison, choices, choices, choices. The Seven of Cups says, look at all those amazing possibilities in front of you. Look at all those amazing choices you have to make or you could make. The thing is, all these possibilities, all these choices, and all of them sound super appealing. Take a look at each one individually. Do not jump before you or leap before you look. You know, that song, Still Waters Run Deep. So you don't want to leap because it looks good and discover that you're drowning because you're out of your depth. Take a little bit of time. Research the choices in front of you. Excuse me, Bailey, and then decide. But lots of good opportunities are coming your way. You're in the driver's seat. Take a little bit of time and figure out what you want.
Okay, so next is Sarah, and she's saying that she's asking about her health and her dad's health. Both are not good right now, and it's quite overwhelming. And yes, it would be. First of all, I'm going to say you've gone to a doctor and you've gotten checked and everything, and you know what's going on. So it's going to be a matter of following whatever medication is laid out. The other part of it is it feels too that because you're worrying about your dad, you're pulling his health into you. So you need to put a little white light around yourself and a little white light around your dad. When I look to it, I'm not feeling that your dad's taking responsibility for his health, whereas you are. Okay. So I feel like maybe you're not going to like this, but I feel like you need to take a step back and look after you and get better so you can help your dad. Okay. But the thing is that I also feel like dad needs medical intervention. So maybe you need to get him to a doctor, and you also need to look after yourself. So I'm going to tell you to be on top of it. It seems to be important. And yes, you will get better, but it's almost like having to clear all your chakras to get them in alignment to where you need to be. Okay, that sounded really strange even to my ears, but I think you know what I mean. Okay, Edmonton first 2 months ago, Chilliwack yesterday. Okay, so Edmonton could be in September and Chilliwack could be in a month. Okay, so it's Marie is next.
Hi, Marie. Everyone, this is Oriole. Marie, the card that was drawn for you is the guide. What the guide is this book. Think of it as the book of law society is set out. And when this card comes across your for your reading, what this card is saying is great. There are the laws of society we have to abide by. Then there are the laws that people put out there that are like the pressure they put on us. No, this isn't how a person should act. No, this isn't how you should behave. Now is the time for you to grab a book. It literally says, grab a book, grab pen, grab paper, set out your own laws, the laws that are true to yourself. Check your moral compass. No, I'm not saying that you're doing anything immoral or amoral. It's saying check your moral compass. So like mine is I always take time, and I don't know if D'Arcy does, she might be able to give an example, where I set aside a little bit of time every week to make sure that everything that I have put out into the universe is positive and kind and not throwing something out there negative that's going to come later and kick me on my ass.
I actually set 5 minutes a month aside so I can rant, rave, about everything that's screwed up in the month, and then I can walk away from it. So I think it depends on what you need to rant about. And I do set an egg timer. I don't set my watch because I always ignore it. So I need something else. So I set an egg timer.
That's enough. That's enough.
Okay. Hi, Tanya. Always glad to see you as well. Tanya, you have the world. And it's funny because with this world card, I also saw letting go, like letting go of decisions, letting go of past hurt, letting go and allowing the world or universe to bring towards you what you do need in this lifetime, not what you think you need. Okay, they're two different things. We can think of all the things, like everyone who thinks, I'm going to win the lottery and what I can do with it. And there's, what do I really need in my life? So there's two things. It's letting go of what you think you need and allowing universe to show you what is most important and necessary in your life at this particular time. Okay. He's going to take a step back and relax. Yay, Mr. Khan. And I'll do my little magic for you. Heather says that, she says, thank you. She put in her divorce settlement and is yesterday crossing your fingers. I don't think you have to cross your fingers, honey. And I look forward to hearing the day that you and Liam finally get married. Okay. All right. Wait, it just ran away on me. Hold on. I'll be right back. I love it when my mouse does that. Okay. Hilda, sorry, ladies, something happened. I had to get out and back. Okay. She says she appreciates reading. And more than you know, I'll continue watching till the end because I just love, you're amazing. The two of us.
Yes.
So
everyone loves you too. Everyone thinks you're beautiful and fantastic.
You're welcome, Amanda. And we have Elaine is next. If I miss someone, speak up because you know how it is. I'm trying to keep track of everyone. Elaine. And then we have Marissa, who I don't think I've seen either of these two ladies before. So if I'm wrong, hello, welcome. And if I'm wrong, hello, back to the show. So Elaine.
Okay, so the Five of Bones. The Five of Bones. And guys, you know I must really, really love these cards because I actually took time several times now to read the book. But the Five of Bones talks about chaos.
Okay, she's also asking about her brother at the same time, so blend it in.
Okay, chaos, 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 chaos. Things have been chaotic lately, and that's probably with your brother as well.
His health.
Pardon me?
His health.
His health. So first things first, for you, digging up bones, digging up things that are better left alone. That's your message. I don't understand what all that is, but see that chaos? Quit digging things up. You have enough chaos in your life. And also, as much as you love your brother, please forgive me for saying this, but that includes taking on the burden of him. I'm going to, for your brother, a couple things for your brother. One, your brother should, he's not been, you know, we all have health issues. And none of us like to be ill, and none of us like to be sick. And we don't always agree with the doctor's treatment. So I'm not saying that he has to follow what his doctors have set out, but if he doesn't like it, he needs, maybe with your encouragement, and I mean encouragement, not doing it for him, because that's the chaos you don't need. With your encouragement, take your brother back to the hospital, because he needs to sit down or his doctors with a plan. And I know that sounds difficult, but I know that for myself, and I'm sure for D'Arcy too, when she was dealing with her cancer, we didn't just blindly do whatever our doctors say. To this day, I meet once a year with a leading cardiologist and he tells me blah, blah, blah. And then I go, no, no, no. And between the two of us, when I walk out that door an hour and a half later, we have a plan that he can live with and that I can live with. It doesn't necessarily mean we're going to get better. What it means is we have something that we can work towards so it's not so overwhelming. And for you, I'm serious. eliminate some of the chaos. It's starting to wear you down, and go talk to someone, anyone, about the burden that is causing depression on your heart and your soul. No, he doesn't climb my head. It just like that. And blessed be. May things get better, but tell your brother to take control.
Okay. Hi, Marissa, and welcome to the show. She does mention she's new, and she's asked a question for herself and for her mom. Basically, her mom's not feeling well. So first of all, for you, Marissa, you have the Ace of Wands, which is new starts, new beginnings, branching out in a new direction, getting a new job, the possibility of a celebration around you, and to follow your passion. For your mother, she is the woman holding her health. She's the one responsible for it. So I am going to say, because we are not nurses or doctors or any form of a practitioner, except for being what we are here, I am going to suggest that your mom to talk to a doctor or a nurse or a dietitian, naturopath, a herbologist. I feel like what she needs to do is follow something in a true fashion to improve how she's feeling. And this could also be if she's emotionally not feeling well, that maybe she needs to talk to a counselor. Okay. So tell your mom she needs to go to a doctor. This isn't something she can do on her own. Okay. So now, Sarah, did we read for Sarah?
She doesn't sound familiar.
No, I'm just looking. I've got a list, and yes, we did. She said, I do, so we must have. And Tanya, she says, sounds about right. It's just have to figure out what now to let go of. Well, you'll know, honey, when it's time what to let go of. And we have Tina. Hi, Tina. Could you pull a card for me as well as my mom, Brenda? So I'll let you do that. Tina and Brenda.
Tina first. Tina, the Four of Bones, in that conglomeration that talks about warmth of home. I guess we're supposed to imagine there's a beautiful bonfire in the middle there, but the cards of the Four of Bones says that warmth and home are important to you, and that now is the time for you to, start to build that home and offer that safety to yourself. The card says, look to your safety. And safety isn't just being worried about going out the back door because there's a homeless person sitting on a step that scares you. Safety is also about your spiritual safety and the safety of your health and well-being. So start building that security in your home, that feeling where you can have a safe haven. I usually have a small library in all my homes where I can just go curl up, read, and it's sort of my world away from the world, right? That safe haven. And her mom's name is?
Brenda.
Brenda. Okay. Brenda, first, again, as D'Arcy said, we are not doctors. We are not nurses. We're not lawyers. We're not any of those things. But I would suggest that you go and get a good checkup and to make sure your health is in check, because there is, with the Two of Bones, the Two of Bones says there's a journey. You're about to start a new journey on your life, whether that is phasing from one decade into the next or at the halfway point in between the decades. You need to be in your best possible shape for the next adventure. And do me a favor, don't get yourself nervous about the next adventure. You are looking at two women who most of their lives have gone on adventures without companions. And it is something amazing. At least I know for me, it's not always been safe, but it has been an amazing journey to travel in my own company and start a new adventure, learn new things, new customs, try out new foods. It's the time for the beginning of a new adventure. Be healthy and stay well, and go do something bold and brave.
Yeah. Before I forget, happy birthday, Elaine. It was also her birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday.
She
Oh,
mentions her
go ahead.
brother is in ICU. So because it's your birthday, I thought I'd pull you an extra card. And so, when I saw your birthday and saw what you said about your brother, I had the angel of love looking after both of you. And he does really need intervention from the medical, even though he's in ICU, but he also needs the intervention of spirit. So call on whoever you believe in to help your brother emotionally
Yeah.
heal.
And I would like to just take a quick second for Alison Dawn. She's a firefighter, and she just completed a great big, usually they climb like hundreds of thousands of stairs, it feels like, but she just completed a really big, huge challenge fundraiser. Congratulations for succeeding at it.
Oh, very much. Congratulations. Marissa, I know you may have meant your mother in law, but when I do readings, I don't distinguish between mom or mother in law because once you're married to them, you're stuck with them, even if you divorce the family. Because as many of you know, I can't get rid of my ex-husband because now he's my cousin by marriage because I introduced his sister to our cousin.
You mean we're always related to your
So yeah, he
ex-husband?
met my cousin.
Joy of
We are. So I never stop to distinguish in-laws anymore because if I'm stuck, you're all stuck. Okay.
Aren't you a fun person?
And sometimes it's not a bad thing. Hi, Bev. I bet you thought we forgot about you, but I didn't. Bev. Ooh, Seven of Swords, communication. This is about communicating with someone to get to where you want to be. And it's also about writing and creative energy and about stepping outside of your boundaries and being brave. So there's a lot going on there for you. And I'm going to say, take your time as you do it. Okay. And most important, and Sandra, you missed it. If Penelope did it, you're reading already. And just be in the moment too, Bev. Sometimes when we're thinking about where we want to go or being creative and we get that writer's block or that mental image of, I started crocheting a blanket and I started by crocheting, by knitting, by crocheting, by knitting. I think I tore it apart 7 times and I finally found my pattern. So sometimes you have to go over and over and over again and that's life. You go over and over and over until you feel like you've got it to where you want to be. Okay. All right. Elaine, she said chaos is right. Tina says, thank you. We have a Stephanie. Hi, Stephanie. Here's how you doing. And Penelope, you get to read.
Stephanie. Okay, honey. This, I gotta look. The 3 of Bones. It kind of looks sort of like these are monstrously huge snakes. Which I guess, if they're devouring people's bones, they'd probably be spitting out the bones. I'm never sure about that. But anyways, what they're talking about is being a monster in your own life. And I don't mean a monster by going on a tirade and destroying everything, although, there's much to be said about periodically breaking dishes when you're ticked at the world. But, let's not go there at this moment. Excuse me. What this is saying is be a monster in your own life. Be larger than life. Don't just be brave, bold, and beautiful, but be so brave, so bold that the light around you just about blinds people. Just shy of being a bulldozer as you go to achieve your dream and follow your path. Clear out the stuff, but try not to, physically or emotionally or spiritually hurt anyone. And just in case you do, ask forgiveness.
Okay, so before we go on to Gloria and Cindy, Brenda, what's your dad's name? Put it in the thing. It helps a little bit. Okay, Gloria, you have blossoming abundance. I love it. Look at that. You're everything. It's like spring. Wait, we're not in spring. We're still technically in spring. And
We're in spring.
So, spring showers, isn't it April showers bring May flowers? And I think they forgot about it. And it just feels like there's going to be abundance around you, and to embrace it. Because the more you embrace it, the more joy you find as you move forward. So remember that. Embrace the abundance around you. Next is Cindy.
Cindy, you know what? I have to stop and think about this. The terror of daggers. Check out this woman. Can you see that, Darce? Like, I am so accustomed to having pain and anguish in my life that, darling, I'm so accustomed to it. I can use knives to curl my hair and not flinch. Nothing. You've gone through hell, and you are now coming out on the other side of hell. And no, that doesn't mean you're actually physically going to use knives to curl your hair. But what it's saying is, you've gone through hell. You don't really have anything left in you that is able to be scared of life and what life is bringing you. It's like, come on, this is it. I've done worse. You know, like that show, those cartoon flicks where someone's threatening someone else and they go, really, this is the best you've got? That's where you are now. So this is about fresh beginnings. It's like rolling that dice, and the first one was like crappy and your whole life poured out in front of you. And now it's move forward with confidence and grace, because you've gone through the worst. All that's left now is to move forward and plan on the best.
Right. Brenda, I am sorry about the loss of your father. At this point, I'm not hearing anything. So if I do, I'll IM you and let you know. Okay. But I'm not hearing anything right now. So
Bailey.
And you never know, something could still come up. But so hello, Sharon. I think you mean hello. Could you pull a card for Dano? So I'm going to pull one for both of you, because I don't think we pulled one for Sharon yet. It's two things: action and listen to your heart. So that goes for both of you. There's action and listen to your heart, being the champion in your own race, and knowing even if you don't come in first, you're still the champion in your own race. It's because you've actually attempted to do it. And like I'm saying, this message is actually for both of you, Sharon. It's not just for you. So just keep that in mind. Alana.
Hi, Alana. Alana's mine, I'm going to assume.
Yep.
Bailey, Jester just knocked down a can of cat food that had the lid off it and gave it to my dog, which means allergy attack in a minute. Okay, honey, for you. There's the first thing I saw when I saw this is don't cut off your own head.
I was thinking about don't kill the messenger.
It's that too. But what this, believe it or not, what this talks about is that this is about burning your candle brightly, but try not to, cut your head off and be angry at the results you get. So, you know how D'Arcy said, don't shoot the messenger. In this case, seriously, it's like, don't cut your nose to spite your face. Don't be angry at the message you're getting. So, I'm a person that goes out every night, says my prayers. And one of my famous things is I'll occasionally say, Father, this is what I want. And inevitably, if it's not something that I am supposed to have, I will get an answer where, I'm not even sure why I get the answer I do. But I do know that if I get angry at the person who brings me the answer or how the answer was provided, there is always a balance, not a retribution, a balance. Because everything must be balanced in the universe. Negative to positive, good to bad. So yeah, don't cut your nose off to spite your face. Don't shoot the messenger.
Absolutely.
And remember that just because we ask for it doesn't always mean we're going to get it, or we're going to receive it in a way that we think we're going to receive it.
So be careful what you wish for, because if you get it and it's not quite what you thought it was going to be, it's hard to get rid of it.
Exactly. Have you ever go watch Aladdin and the genie says, "What your wish is my command." But remember the disasters that happen because people don't clearly state out the boundaries, the limitations, and the expectations of their wish. You wish for $1 million, you get it today, and you die tomorrow. Well, your wish, it wasn't that your wish didn't come true, right? So that's what that is about.
Okay. So, Heather, yes, we'll pull for Liam. Tell him we've missed his lovely face on the show as well. And don't tell him that he's attractive. Okay. But he is the man that holds your heart. And tell him that his responsibility to make sure that he handles that heart carefully and dearly and with tender care is extremely important. So hopefully he knows happy life, happy wife as well. Okay. Brenda, I want to say your dad is with his son. Okay. Because I felt that he's being looked after, protected by a man already there who's been waiting for him to come for a while. So I'm just going to let you know that your dad and your brother are together, that they are finding peace. And I think that's extremely important at this particular time, that they find peace and they're finding it together. Okay, everyone. Well, this looks like it's the end of the show, unless, of course, now that I've said those magic words and someone slips in.
Did we read for Lily?
Did Lily slip in? I don't see her.
Yes, I see Lily.
Okay, Lily, you're in luck. Hurry up. You get to read for Lily.
Lily, the world is yours. It's hard to tell that that's actually a positive card with the grinning spirit and everything, but the world is yours. This is a time where your hard work is paid off. You're going into a new cycle, a new energy, and what you want to manifest can be realized. It's always good to see you, honey.
And Heather, I'm going to add to that. The fact that they show how he holds your heart is pretty amazing. I think we all deserve to have that kind of loving care given to us. But then I'm going to turn and tell him that maybe he also, there she is. Hi, Lily. That maybe sometimes he has to apply that same loving care to his own well-being, his own soul, his own spirit. Okay. All right, everyone. Well, again, thank you very much. I hope you will have a fantastic evening. Mr. Khan, text me those addresses and I'll do what I can on my end. And most important, look after yourself, be kind, enjoy your week. Penelope and I will be back next Wednesday. I am going to miss next Thursday because I'm in transit and I don't think I'm going to get home in time to do the show. So we'll do it again another time. So enjoy yourself very much this week.
Guys, have a rest of the week full of laughter, love, and many blessings. Again, it's always nice to see you all. Always great to be able to share some wisdom, share the cards, and please take care of yourselves. Masalama, many blessings.
All right, and may love, joy, peace, happiness find you all in mysterious ways. And if you get in trouble, don't call.
What did you say?
I said, if you get in trouble, don't call.
Well, don't call either one of us then.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.